Hi, Cup and Card friends. Welcome back. It's Linda Z. It's that time. Grab your cuppa, grab your cards, and let's dive in. So today we are going to be looking at the Four of Pentacles. Here we have this fella sitting here holding coins, sitting on coins, balancing a coin on his head. There's just coins everywhere. This is about security and holding on. This is also about trying to hold on to something, materialistic or financially. It could be about greed, but it could also be about self-care. And I look at this card not as greed, but as saving your pennies. And maybe you're planning for something for your future. But there's also that side that says you have to be careful of the level of the control that you're trying to exert, because you're going to be distancing yourself from people. Does that make sense? This is also about when it's time to hold on, and restraint from acting because you're holding on too tight. So let's look at some of the symbolism in the card. We have gray skies. Gray skies could be about neutrality, but it could be a warning about a lack of awareness in your involvement because you've cut people out of your life. We have here a tower behind him, this tower here. And that tower is about watchfulness, like a watchtower, safety, protection, but it could also mean isolation, detachment, imprisonment, or captivity, because you are so focused on saving your money, you're removing yourself from society and not participating because you're not willing to spend anything. The town behind him, how we have a whole town behind him, he is in front of it. So it's almost like you're turning away to focus on your own things. But you have to ask, who's benefiting from this? And who are you doing this for? And why are you doing this? What is it that you're holding on to, this money or these materialistic things, so tight that you're alienating your family and friends? The black shawl that he's wearing, is about the unknown talents waiting for the light of day. I also look at black as a kind of death, because again, you are just shrouding yourself with this weight. The stone block that he's sitting on, see, he's sitting on this massive stone block. That is a symbol of the earth with the 4 points symbolizing finding your place in the world. And this is all about your relationship with the material world. And again, being so attached to money that you can't go anywhere. You are just so fixated on wealth. But it could be a positive card because you could be saving for something. And you're protecting your assets and your values. So you really need to look at the why. Why are you doing this? Is it worth it? And those questions. Okay, so let's look at our tarot cards. And here we have the Rhythm and Soul Tarot. Here we have the Fairytale Journey Tarot. And here we have the Boadicea's Tarot of Earthly Delights. And I will have to say, well, you can see by the size of the cards that the Boadicea is quite large. But the guidebook on the Boadicea really surprised me. It is absolutely fabulous. And I'll show part of it when we look at the guidebook. But here is the Rhythm and Soul Tarot. And this deck has 3 oracle decks that go with it. There's a trilogy called the Southern Gothic Oracle, the Southern Botanical Oracle, and the Haunts Oracle. And this decks, the Rhythm and Soul, and those oracle decks really go along with past Americana, Southern Americana, our past history of things with music, for the rhythm and soul, but the Gothic Tarot and the Botanic are really about, and the Haunts are about just, you know, things from our past that are found in the South, but it's a great reminder of our history as well. And here we have a fella, and he's holding the spoons. This is actually called the Four of Roots. And you can see here he actually is stepping on a dollar, but he's holding his washboard tight, and he's playing spoons on them. Back in American history, they would sit here and they would use spoons and rub them up and down and pound on the washboard tin. And let's see what this book has to say about our washboard friend. And the song that goes along with this is May the Bird of Paradise Fly Up Your Nose by Little Jimmy Dickens. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. And it says this is about saving money, protectiveness, hoarding, stinginess, greed, paranoia, and clinging. The Four of Roots card is for people feeling the sting of not having enough. This is not a card about poverty, but rather that feeling that you must hold on to every penny and blessing that you have because you fear of losing it. This card represents the possessive feelings we have when we experience the realities of loss and lacking stability. The four cards in tarot are all about concepts of stability, and this one indicates the lack thereof. In the image, we see a street busker, one who plays the washboard with spoons, a very humble musical instrument indicating that this fella cannot afford much. He possessively protects his last dollar, possibly given to him by a passerby, with his right foot. Even the way he hugs his washboard to his chest is a posture of defensiveness. And it goes on, but I just think this is so true because back in this time, you know, this is not too far past the Great Depression that people lost so much. And here we're going to look at the Fairytale Journey, and this does not have an oracle. This does not have a tarot. I can't even speak today. This does not have a guidebook, but we'll look at the card, and we see this absolutely beautiful dragon, and she's treating these as her eggs. And I love this. I keep saying over and over again, and I know you guys are probably tired of hearing this, but when you are learning tarot or even looking at tarot, or you want more depth into your cards, and pull out several different decks and pull the same card from the decks, read the guidebooks from each of them because they give you so much different insight. Like here we see this guy being defensive in his defensive posture. He's stepping on his dollar. You can see he doesn't have much. And he's doing what he can to make any money that he can. But here we're looking at it as our little nest eggs. Here we're actually looking at it as maybe they're saving for something. And you can see she doesn't seem like she's not content. She's happy. She's not standing on them, but she's keeping them nice and warm. And to me, this kind of looks like maybe she's saving for a house or saving up for something. And I think that's just so pretty. And here we have Boadicea's Tarot Earthly Delights, and I'll hold this one up, and it's the Four of Fungi. And this card has a lot going on in here. And you can see he is sitting here, and he has this entire bunch of mushrooms. You have mushroom cap up there. All of this mushroom artwork. And he is just sitting in his chair. Mushrooms down here. There's just mushrooms everywhere. And let's see what the guidebook has to say about our fungi. Get it? Fun guy? Okay. I know, I cracked myself up. Sorry. Okay, let's see. All right, well, I'm going to zoom out and we'll zoom back in to show you this book. This is the book for the Earthly Delight. It gives you 2 full pages of information on the card. I think it's just really amazing. And it gives you a description of what you see in the card, which is what I'll read. A self-satisfied person is seated in his study. With one proprietary hand, he balances a huge ball of mushrooms on his lap. He gesticulates towards another mass of fungi with a pointed stick. All manner of vanitas objects clutter the desk: a scroll, a pipe, a skull, glass vessels, ropes of pearls, an elaborate gold clock, marble statuesques, a busy black beetle, and a cryptic note. 4 prize mushroom specimens bedeck this collection, and 4 soap bubbles float above all. The study walls are decorated with natural history prints and an allegorical illustration of America, personified as a naked woman riding an armadillo, while cannibals go about preparing dinner in the middle distance. The interpretation of this card is, the fella has collected all the mushrooms, but will he share? And it gives you what they have in here, what the symbols mean. So the assorted possessions on the table mean material wealth and status. The skull, memento mori, remember you must die and leave all your stuff behind. The soap bubbles mean life's fleeting pleasures. The cannibals mean some people devour others with a pang of conscience, and in so many diverse ways. In America, a personification is taste in art varies widely. But this goes on about being aware of self-satisfaction and that you can't take it with you. So you just can't. You can gather up all you want. And I know for some people it seems like they're greedy or they're arrogant. And I know some people, especially my husband, he is just so fearful of not having enough, and being able to be comfortable, because as we age and we get older, and you retire, you don't get a paycheck anymore, so those monies don't come in, and it's difficult and it's scary. It just really is scary when you're getting older and you can't work, and all you have to do is to rely on the funds that you had saved, if you were even lucky to save anything in this economy. So it's just really, it can be really scary. So I could see both sides of this. I could see both sides of this coin. And again, it is a coin. It has 2 sides. You just don't know. Okay, so we are going to use the Fairytale Oracle, Fairytale Journey Tarot. I keep saying Oracle today. As our tarot reading of the day. And let's see, I'm going to shuffle these up, and I need to shuffle these really well because I've not used this deck yet. I got these from Taroteca, and it is such a beautiful deck that I just looked through it and put it up on my shelf because I didn't want to use it. It's just so pretty. But you know what? Today is a new day, and we will use this. So let's ask Spirit, why is this 4 of Pentacles here? Why is this 4 of Pentacles here? Show us why. Okay. And how do we handle this? And how do we handle this? So we have our Four of Pentacles card. Here in the middle, that is our energy card for today's reading. And why is it here? As I'm knocking things over, we have the Hierophant. All right, so let's take a look at this Hierophant. Love the artwork, love the colors. This is really beautiful. We have the owl, wisdom. So apparently there's something we need to learn. This is about, okay, somebody's going to teach us a lesson about our finances or our material things. How are we handling this? Let's see how we're handling this. Okay. We need to make a really good decision. This is telling us, okay, well, yeah, this is exactly what I thought. All right, so this is definitely telling us we have our money here, and maybe this is we're saving the money for something, and we need to be taught, we're going to be taught a lesson, and we need to make a decision on what it is that we're thinking. Here she's looking at the right. She's looking towards the future, but her body posture is towards the past. So I'm thinking with the how to handle this is you need to look towards your future. You need to make your decision based on your future needs, not what your past wants were or are. Things may have changed and things aren't the way they used to be. So you have to look forward and be forward thinking to make your decision. And I think we're doing that because we're going to be taught a lesson. Someone's going to maybe teach us about finances, and then we will do something better with them. I know for me, when I was younger, I really wasn't taught about finances. Kids nowadays in schools are not taught about finances or financial security or how to handle your money. So that's what I'm seeing here. I see here that we have, not that we have money, we're trying to save money. We're being taught how to use it and the benefits of it for our future. We can't look to the past anymore. Things aren't the way they used to be. We need to look more towards how we have to move forward with it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this card, the Four of Pentacles, and I hope you enjoy the reading. I will be posting the Four of Pentacles cards in the 4 Facebook groups in the description below. I hope that you join one or all of those groups. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And tomorrow will be an Oracle deck walkthrough and tarot card reading. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.